Hi everybody, Garling with you today with a video for Lindy's Stamp Gang. Today I'm making these gorgeous foam flowers on some Christmas cards, and I'm colouring them up with some Lindy's sprays, Grab a Gold and incandescent copper. Here's what they look like up close. I've also cut some foliage and coloured that to match with, as I say there before, Grab a Gold and incandescent copper. These two Lindy's colours go beautifully together, and they've got lots of lovely shimmer. So we'll get started. So those Christmas flowers I'm actually cutting out of a sheet of foam just with an ordinary die. Now most people that make foam flowers tend to use 1mm thick foam. This is a 3mm thick foam, and I wanted to give it a try. It goes through your Big Shot or any die cut machine beautifully. Actually cuts easier than paper. I always tend to put a bit of wax paper on so it's easy to pop the shapes out of my die. But with this foam, it cuts so easily that that's probably a bit of an overkill, and there's no need to. It cuts really, really well. Now you can see here in a second I'm going to pop those out of the die. It's just a Heartfelt Creations flower die. There you go, look how easy they popped out. A little bit of detailing on them, you know, some veins and so forth. I'm not going to pop out those little leaves because I don't really want them, I just want the flowers. And now we'll set about colouring them up with our Lindy's. I'll just do 3. Now I'm going to spray them first with the incandescent copper, and then I'm going to do a second spray with some Grab a Gold. As I said before, these two colours go so beautifully together. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer up the colour. So I'll put a little bit on there, and I'm going to dry it slightly and re-dip them back in on that plate with the overspray, so I can keep building up my colour to add depth. And I'm drying them as I go, just dipping and drying, dipping and drying. It only takes a couple of minutes to do a bunch of flowers. It's a very simple process, nothing too technical. Now I'm going to use some archival ink in a brown sepia colour to colour the white edges. And I'll also just dab a little tiny bit on the petals too. That will also help to increase the depth in the colour. Now I'm going to put them back on the plate and give them another bit of a spray with both the incandescent copper and then with the Grab a Gold. I just thought I'd like to do really lovely brown tones and gold on the plain white for some Christmas cards this year. Now I'm holding that in the middle of the flower with a stylus with a little ball on the end, and I'm pushing down as I heat it, and the heat will cause those petals to lift a little bit. And while the foam is still quite hot, scrunch the ends of the petals like you can see I've done there. And because you're doing it while they're, when I say hot, they're not hot, they're warm. While you're scrunching while they're warm, they will hold that shape that I've scrunched them into quite well. As they dry, they'll just maintain that shape. They really are so easy to do, and you can use any flower dyes, works equally as well. Even some of the great, you know, if you've got a good quality punch, even they will work on the foam. It really is a great medium to work with. Now I'm just got a flower shaping tool here, which is like a stylus on the end of a ball on the end of a stick, so to speak. And I've got a little foam mat there, and I'm just giving them a rub in the centre, which again is lifting those petals more. I'm just giving that one another little bit of heat so I can scrunch the end of the petals a bit better. And they are just about done. Now I'll put a dab of glue in the centre of each flower, and then I'm going to sprinkle some lovely gold crushed glitter. The brand I think of this one was Stampendous, but I think there's several different brands of gold crushed glass glitter on the market. And I'm just sprinkling a tiny little bit into the centre of each petal, and they'll stick to the glue when that dries. And there you go. It's that simple, all finished. I'll just sit them on the card here so you can see what I've done. I mean, how nice do they look? And it's so simple. You can see the ones I've already done and they're stuck on the card. I also die cut some foliage, you know, some little leafy sprays out of the foam, and I treated that in exactly the same way as I did the flowers. So they're all done out of foam, all done with the same 2 Lindy sprays, and yeah, so simple, so simple to do, and yet so effective. How nice do they look? Well, I hope I've inspired you. Until next time, happy crafting, and bye for now.